Purdue had a big win the other day against the Arizona Wildcats, but does this win mean they're back in the driver's seat?
So the last time we talked about college basketball and the last time we talked about Purdue probably was what during that terrible loss to Fairleigh Dickerson. That's how you say it, right, Jake? Fairleigh Dickerson. I forget.
Live,
But
yeah.
yeah, so I don't think you're going to see them become relevant again, but I think you might be seeing Purdue become relevant again because they look like a powerhouse. So you beat Gonzaga by 10 earlier in the year. You beat Tennessee by 4. You've been playing well in Big Ten play. And then you beat Arizona, who was the number 1 team, who I think are frauds every year, by the way, but we'll save that
Oh
for
yeah.
another time. Um, Great recruiting class. They just can't put it together. And then you beat Arizona by 8. So now they have one loss. They lost to Northwestern in overtime. That's going to happen. It's Big Ten basketball, right? They beat up on each other. But Purdue is looking very solid right now. You got Zach Edey, of course. And that's the thing. When you really look at the tournament and like who's going to go far in the tournament, you do look at conference play to an extent, like what conference. Obviously, the Big Ten is a great basketball conference. So you have to look at that. But that's not enough either. We've seen plenty of Big Ten teams go into the college, March Madness and lose, even though they're in a superior conference. They get beat up along the way. They played so much good competition. Um, so that's not enough. You like to see them playing good against these out of conference schools. And the fact that they beat Gonzaga and they beat Arizona, I'm thinking highly of Purdue. Will I pick them to go past the Sweet 16? I'm not quite sure about that yet, but I do think they will not be a first round exit this year. What do you think, Jake?
Hey, the Sweet 16, you still gotta worry about Miami, first Final Four last year, still gotta worry about them Hurricanes. Um, I think Purdue is back in the driver's seat. Zach Edey, as you mentioned, still a very great basketball player. He's gonna go in the top five when he declares for the NBA draft. You know, um, Purdue is just a great basketball school, and I feel like they've always been good. Beating Arizona is definitely gonna propel them to the number 1 team, and I think they're gonna be there for the rest of the year until, you know, they have to face a team maybe like I don't even know at this point. I think they're just gonna
Well,
stay at
so
number
in
one.
college basketball, UNC is looking pretty strong. There was a big game the other day. It
Yeah,
was 7 Oklahoma versus UNC, who I think was ranked 11th, and UNC kind of pounded them the entire game. So I know they were disappointing last year. They didn't even make the tournament. But UNC, Kentucky, the Blue Bloods are kind of returning this year. And after a down year last year, a lot of them didn't make the tournament.